Gary Kubiak loves him some tight ends. And then again, who doesn't? And the Vikings do have the best tight end duo in the NFL with starter Irv Smith Jr. as well as the veteran Kyle Rudolph. Yes, even better than stupid Tampa Bay with the corpse of Gronk and O.J. Howard. Yeah, I said it. And also the Vikings do go 3 deep when you throw in Tyler Gronklin. Damn straight. So how the Vikings going to deploy their wealth of going 3 deep at tight end this year? Let's talk about today. So Vikings, when we said Kubiak loves him some tight end, you look at his days in Denver, you look at Owen Daniels in Houston, you look at the deployment in Baltimore, you look at Denver 2.0 with Julius Thomas. So tight ends have always been a big factor in a Gary Kubiak offense, as well as last year when the Kufanski offense was in effect. The Vikings ran multiple tight ends, a league leading 45.3% of their offensive snaps, 464 out of 1,024. So we're talking 12, 13, 22 personnel, Vikings all up in that. As well as Rudy, who is going to be on the on-paper starter this year. I still think that Irv Smith will outsnap him, but he did play 734 snaps last season, 77.4%, so 3/4 of the time. 82 was out on the field. But also Irv Smith, did play 684 of said 1,024 snaps, or 10-24, nailed it. 66.8%, so 2/3 of the time. 84 was also out there, and also including 259 of those snaps were Irv at a non-traditional inline tight end spot. So it was 37.9% of the time. Irv was in the slot. Irv was out wide at wide receiver. Irv was in the backfield as an H-back. He was doing a lot of things, and also you're going to see them on the field a lot. And Irv could be a de facto wide receiver because we've talked about what is great about the Vikings coming out with heavy personnel, so the 12, 13, 22, whatever. So this is what happens when an offense sends in personnel. So you say that you have a single back. So you got Dalvin, and you got 2 tight ends. So you got 12 personnel. Again, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, 12. The leftover remaining eligible receivers, 2 receivers, blah, blah, blah. Defensive assistant sees that up in the booth, and then they relay down to the sidelines like, hey, they got 12. They're running heavy. So then the defense against 12 personnel will tend to keep their base defense in. So whether it be 4-3, 3-4, whatever. So heavier, slower guys. Bring on the big uglies out there. And then you got Irv lining up all over the place. In the slot, out wide, doing great things against a linebacker or a safety. You will take that matchup every single damn day. And Kubiak's going to exploit that with a plum this year. So 82 and 84 will have the roles. But also, don't forget about Gronklin. Don't forget about 83. The Vikings are extremely sequential with their tight ends, and they'll have all their ducks in a row. Because Gronklin, this may surprise you, he played 274 snaps last year, 26.8%. So a quarter of the time, 83 was on the field, and he was doing some damn good things. And also, Gronklin and Irv, like their blocking is ahead of where you thought it would be. I mean, that was one of the big knocks against Irv when he was a second-round pick in 2018. That was one of the knocks on Gronklin when he was a fifth-round pick in 2018. Is like, all right, so they're good receivers. Can they block? And they are really far ahead of where they were projected to be, as well as you could see both of them on the field, Gronklin as an inline tight end, Irv wherever, and give 82 Kyle Rudolph a breather. Because Rudy, respect, like his run blocking, notably has not been great since it started out pretty solid throughout his career, but it has fallen off as he's gotten older. But again, respect. He did register his best PFF run blocking grade in the last 4 years, 57.3 in 2019. So, but also, the other two, despite not having the size of Rudy, they're much more shaped like H-backs traditionally. They can fill in the run game, and it would be nice to give Kyle Rudolph a couple of breathers, as well as you keep him fresh throughout the season, reduction in snaps, but he will still have a role. Like I think in the passing game, especially, Kyle Rudolph is still a major threat in the red zone, as well as in short yardage situations. Say 3rd and 2, a little bit of play action, 82 over the middle, move them chains, let's get it going. And also, I do think that Irv does out-target Rudy this year. I think Irv Smith has a mini breakout in year 2. If you deeper league, you want to grab Irv Smith Jr. in fantasy, especially PPR, I will take that, as well as Gronklin will be serviceable as that third receiving tight end. So it's going to be interesting because the Vikings really are like professor backwards when it comes to things. As the air raid starts to bleed in more and more into the NFL, you look what the Cardinals are doing. You look at league wide. You look at the Chiefs. You look at the Texans. I mean, the Vikings are going back and playing old school slobber knocker football, because not only do they want to be a run first team, but also they're going to use multiple tight ends more than most teams out there in the league. But it's going to work. Well, it better, otherwise it's going to be a long year. All right, what are your thoughts? How are the Vikings going to deploy their tight ends this year? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.